Have you ever stood on the brink of something that felt impossible? Maybe it was a difficult conversation you kept putting off, a goal that seemed too big to pursue, or a new habit you promised yourself you would start but never got around to. Those moments when you know exactly what to do, but every part of you wants to avoid it, are where most people stop. It's easier to scroll, distract yourself, or wait for some magical burst of motivation. But deep down, you know the truth. If you keep stopping there, nothing will change. Our brains are wired to avoid hard things. They crave safety, comfort, and the easy way out. In today's world, comfort is everywhere. Instant entertainment, endless distractions, even shortcuts to real problems that need to be addressed. It's no wonder we tend to avoid what's hard. But every time you choose comfort over effort, you teach your brain that comfort is king. And at what cost? Opportunity, growth, and the chance to become the version of yourself you dream of. But what if you could change that? What if you could train your mind to see hard things not as obstacles, but as opportunities, to embrace discomfort as the price of progress? It's not easy and it won't happen overnight, but it is possible. And more than that, it's necessary. Because the life you want, the growth you seek, and the strength you admire in others are all on the other side of doing the hard things you've been avoiding. In this video, we'll dive into why facing resistance is hard, what happens when we avoid it, and most importantly, how to retrain your brain to deal with it. It's not just about willpower. It's about creating a mindset that works for you, not against you. It's about reclaiming your power to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or afraid to take the first step, this video is for you. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more inspiring videos. Let's get started. The burden of avoiding the hard. What's one hard thing you've been avoiding, and why? Maybe it's a tough conversation you've been dreading, a workout you've promised yourself you'd start, or a project that's been sitting on your to-do list for ages. Whatever it is, chances are you've found every excuse to avoid it. You tell yourself, tomorrow is it, but tomorrow never feels easier. Deep down, you know it's not about being busy or not being ready. It's about the burden of avoiding something, a silent resistance that's pulling you away from the things you should be doing. Take a moment to reflect. How often do you catch yourself in this pattern? For example, you resolve to exercise more often. You pack your workout clothes and tell yourself, today is the day. But when the time comes, you find an excuse to postpone. I'm too tired. Or I'll go after this episode is over. Before you know it, a missed day turns into weeks of inaction. Ironically, avoiding discomfort only makes it harder to start again the next time. In fact, avoiding something feels good, at least for a moment. It feels like a short breath of relief, not today. But that relief is temporary and comes at a high cost. Every time we avoid difficult things, we reinforce a powerful message in our minds. Discomfort is dangerous, and we should run from it. It's not entirely your fault. The human brain is designed this way. For centuries, our survival depended on avoiding pain and conserving energy. But in the modern world, where growth often requires discomfort, this instinct often becomes a hindrance. Instead of protecting us, it holds us back. And this is something that is rarely talked about: growth. The kind of growth that makes life more meaningful only happens when we face discomfort. The difficult conversations you avoid can lead to deeper insights. The projects you keep putting off can open up opportunities you never imagined. But the cost of avoidance is always the same: stagnation. And over time, stagnation turns into regret. If you are tired of this cycle, know this: moving past resistance is a skill, not a talent. It is not about willpower, but about learning to recognize discomfort as a signal. Not to retreat, but to advance. The hard things you avoid are not obstacles, they are invitations to growth. Why do hard things feel hard? Why is it so hard to start that project, to do that conversation? Or sticking to a habit you know will change your life? It's not because you're lazy or incapable. In fact, your brain is designed to avoid hard things. It's designed to keep you safe, conserve energy, and chase instant gratification. This made sense to our ancestors, when survival depended on conserving energy and avoiding danger. But in the modern world, where growth often requires discomfort, this mindset is actually a hindrance. Essentially, your brain favors the path of least resistance. Every time you avoid something difficult, you feel a little relief. That relief is dopamine, a chemical that gives you a small reward for staying in your comfort zone. Dopamine itself isn't bad. It makes us feel good when we accomplish something or enjoy a favorite activity. But in modern life, dopamine comes in cheap forms. Social media, video games, easily accessible TV shows, even snacks. Endless. They offer instant gratification without much effort. Why work hard on a challenging task when you can just scroll through your phone and feel instantly satisfied? But here's the thing. Instant dopamine has a price. It tricks your brain into thinking you've accomplished something, even when you haven't moved at all. Meanwhile, the tasks that can truly change your life, writing a book, building healthy habits, or learning a new skill, require sustained effort without immediate rewards. Your brain interprets these as threats because they feel difficult and uncertain, so it pushes you to choose the easier option. Think of your brain like a muscle. When you consistently choose the easy path, you weaken its ability to handle effort and discomfort. Much like skipping the gym every day for years, you lose strength over time. But when you consistently choose to, by going through difficult tasks, even on a small scale, you train your brain to embrace discomfort and become stronger. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, understood this well. He believed that obstacles were not barriers, but opportunities to build strength. What gets in the way becomes the way, he wrote. Modern distractions make this mindset even harder to adopt. Social media algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling. Apps make everything a tap away. Entertainment is endless, and instant gratification is always within reach. These distractions are not only convenient, they are addictive. And the more we rely on them, the more we lose the ability to face discomfort head-on. How do we train our brain to deal with discomfort? If avoiding difficult things feels so easy, that's because it is. Your brain has been learned to move away from discomfort. It's not your fault. It's a deep-seated survival mechanism. But like any habit, this pattern can be changed. The key is to retrain your brain to see discomfort as something valuable, not something to be avoided. This is a challenging process, but it's also incredibly transformative. Imagine standing at the bottom of a mountain. The summit is your goal, a completed project, a healthier body, a stronger relationship, a skill you've always wanted to master. But from where you stand, the summit looks so far away. You can't reach it in one leap. The only way to get there is by taking small steps, one at a time. Retrain your brain. Works the same way. It's not about sudden big changes. It's about committing to the climb, even when the steps feel slow and uncertain. Step 1. Identify what you're avoiding. The first step is to confront what you've been avoiding. Is it a conversation you keep putting off? A task you keep ignoring? A habit you've been trying to build but never get around to? Write it down. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes the hardest part is admitting what we've been running from. To make this step easier, imagine looking at your life from the outside. What might a wise friend or mentor tell you about what you're avoiding? Sometimes we're too close to our own problems to see them clearly. A little outside perspective can make a big difference. This step isn't about judging yourself. It's about understanding where you need to start. Step 2. Scale down the task. One of the biggest reasons we avoid hard things is because they feel too big, too overwhelming. The solution? Break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. For example, if you've been avoiding starting a fitness routine, don't focus on a major body transformation or a year-long commitment. Start with just 15 minutes of movement today. That's it, just 15 minutes. When a task feels smaller, your brain is less likely to resist it. This approach can be applied to anything. Writing a report. Start with one paragraph. Cleaning the house. Focus on one corner of the room. Having a difficult conversation. Plan out what you want to say first. Each small step breaks the mountain down into manageable pieces. Handled, bringing the summit closer. Step 3. Celebrate progress. One of the most powerful ways to retrain your brain is to reward effort, not just results. When you celebrate small wins, you rewire your brain's reward system. Instead of craving the instant gratification of distraction, your brain begins to associate effort with a sense of accomplishment. For example, if you spend 15 minutes working on something you've been avoiding, acknowledge it. Tell yourself, I've started, and that matters. If you complete the first step of a big project, take a moment to feel proud. These small celebrations may seem trivial, but they're not. They reinforce the habit of trying and create momentum for the next step. Step 4. Embrace imperfection. Let's be honest, there's nothing easy about being uncomfortable. It's often messy, unpredictable, and full of frustration. There will be days when you feel stuck, when progress feels slow, or when you wonder if it's all worth it. But here's the truth. It's all worth it. It's the hard times where true transformation happens. Progress doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. Even if you stumble or have to start over, you're still moving forward. It's like climbing a mountain in bad weather. You may stumble or take a wrong turn, but each step up brings you closer to the top. And when you finally look back, you'll realize how far you've come. The power of resilience. Growth doesn't come from comfort zones. Growth happens when you face resistance. The times when life pushes back, when everything feels uncertain, when you want to give up, but choose to keep going. These are the moments that shape who you are. Resilience, the ability to bounce back, getting back and getting stronger, isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, and the hard stuff is the weight you lift to make it stronger. Imagine someone who never exercises their physical muscles. Their muscles weaken, their stamina decreases, and even small tasks like climbing stairs become difficult. Now imagine the opposite, someone who exercises their muscles consistently. They not only grow physically stronger, but they also build confidence, resilience, and the ability to take on bigger challenges. The same goes for your mental and emotional resilience. Resilience only grows when you push your limits. Lessons from hard things. Doing hard things isn't just about reaching a goal. It's about who you become along the way. Every challenge you face shapes you, teaching you how to facing discomfort with patience and purpose. Adversity forces you to confront your emotions, fears, frustrations, and self-doubts head-on, without letting them control your actions. Over time, your emotional resilience becomes stronger, showing that you are capable of more than you previously thought. Furthermore, facing resistance hones your ability to adapt. When obstacles arise, you learn to think differently, finding a way out even when things seem dead-end. The solution may not always come easily, but that is the point. Every time you choose to face something difficult instead of avoiding it, you teach yourself that challenges are not barriers, but stepping stones. Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius believed that difficulties should not be feared, but rather embraced. In his writings, he states, "Obstacles on the way become the path." Yourself. This mindset changes the way we view adversity, not as a punishment, but as an invitation to grow. Imagine you are lifting a heavy weight for the first time. Your muscles feel tight, hot, and the task seems impossible. But with each repetition, your muscles begin to adapt, grow stronger and more capable. Life's challenges work the same way. The hardships you face today may feel overwhelming, but they are preparing you for greater challenges in the future. Every hard thing you conquer is an investment in your inner strength. Resilience is not about seeking out suffering or pushing yourself to dangerous limits. It's about accepting that discomfort is an integral part of growth. The hard things ahead may not get easier, but you will become stronger. A real-life example, learn from those who are resilient. It's easy to look at people who appear resilient, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, and think that they were born that way. But the reality is not. Their resilience is built from countless moments of struggle and perseverance. Think of Michael Jordan, the legendary athlete who once said, "I have failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." Jordan didn't shy away from hard work or discomfort. Instead, he embraced the challenge, using it as fuel for his success. Or consider Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She started her business from scratch, facing rejection after rejection before finally finding success. Instead of letting fear or doubt stop her, she used the challenges as motivation to keep moving forward. These stories aren't just inspiring, they're proof that facing the hard stuff, even when it's uncomfortable, produces extraordinary results. The people we admire aren't superhuman. They've simply trained their minds to deal with discomfort and keep moving forward. Stoic wisdom. Focus on what you can control. Stoic teachings provide an important lesson about dealing with difficult things. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have control over your thoughts, not over external events. Realize this and you will find strength. You can't control how difficult a challenge is, but you can control how you respond to it." This mindset is liberating. Instead of getting caught up in the obstacles themselves, you can shift your focus to the concrete actions you can take. It reminds you that progress isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. The first step is to retrain your brain. Retraining your brain to deal with discomfort doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes consistent effort and clear intention. But the good news is, your brain is a remarkably adaptive organ. It can learn to see discomfort not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Start small. Identify one difficult thing you've been avoiding and take the first step. Break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Celebrate every accomplishment, no matter how small. And when resistance arises, remember the summit you're on, the growth, strength, and satisfaction that comes from doing hard things. Discomfort is not the enemy. It's a sign that you're on the right track. Keep climbing. You're stronger than you think. If you enjoyed this discussion and feel ready to embrace discomfort for growth, Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and give a like to this video. Keep going, and we'll see you again in the next video.